Hello and thank you for coming to the McWaters Effect. I'm your host, Matt. Today, I'm going to be talking about the Derek Chauvin trial. But first, I need you to go and hit like and subscribe. Helps the channel grow. Now let's get on with the show. First thing I want to do before I give my opinion on the trial and whether or not I think he'd be convicted or not, I want to look at these stories that's been going on for the last couple of days and talk about them first and give my opinion on them. It has to do with the trial. It has to do with Derek Chauvin and has to do with George Floyd and Black Lives Matters. All right, the first story is Pelosi rejects GOP threat to censor Rep. Maxine Waters for inciting violence. Speaker Pelosi on Monday rejects GOP claims that Democrat Rep. Maxine Waters was inciting violence when she said in Minnesota over the weekend that protesters need to get more confrontational. Well, hell, that's more explicit than what Trump even said during the whole January 6th. How's that not trying to create some kind of confrontation between the authorities and Black Lives Matter? Of course it is. McCarthy accuses Waters of inciting violence in Minneapolis. Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy from California is accusing Maxine Waters from California of inciting violence with comments in a Minneapolis suburb over the weekend and pressuring Speaker Nancy Pelosi to take action on them. Well, we know from the last story we looked at, she ain't gonna do shit. And then you had Newt Gingrich go on Fox News and actually condemn what she said. Why should we tolerate violence, Gingrich says. Waters' far left are becoming more radical. He's 100% correct. The further we let them go with this, the more radical they're going to become. And now you got the judge actually involved in this crap with Maxine Waters. The Chauvin's trial judge says Maxine Waters' confrontational protest remark could fuel an appeal. The judge in Derek Chauvin's murder trial and the death of George Floyd criticized recent comments from Maxine Waters, Democrat from California, and says her words could be grounds for the defense to appeal a verdict. He's 100% correct. Another thing that happened during the trial was the defense attorney tried to get a mistrial over it because the jury's not sequestered. So they go home every day. Chances are they're seeing news reports, even though the judge asked them not to watch the news. You see stuff all over the place. Your phone, on your computer, so on and so forth. The idea they don't know anything about this comment that Maxine Waters made is complete bullshit. You know damn well they knew about it. And the defense attorney's argument is it's a threat. Pretty much what she's saying is if you don't convict him like we want you to, we're going to be out here protesting and we're going to tear shit up. It's pretty much what she is saying. And not so many words. And that's why he believes it should have been a mistrial. I'm glad the judge decided not to do that because I think it needs to go all the way through. And whatever happens and whatever verdict he gets, he gets. And then Maxine Waters decides to go double down on the crazy shit. In Newsweek, Maxine Waters accuses GOP for using get more confrontational comment to fundraise with the KKK. Representative Maxine Waters denies she incited violence with her recent words in Minnesota and accuses Republicans to capitalize on her remarks to advance their fundraising efforts. That is complete bullshit. They're telling the truth. The fact is, it's one rules for them and another rules for other people. Bullshit. And then they say that Trump incited violence with the words he said at the on January 6th. When he said, we need to march peacefully. That was in the speech. She said nothing about peace. She said we need to get more confrontational and stay on the streets. And it is getting more confrontational. Perfect example is what happened last night whenever two National Guard members got shot. That's on her. It's not on anybody else but her. Feds weighing how to respond after verdict in the Chauvin trial. Joe Biden administration is probably weighing on how to handle the upcoming verdict in the trial of the former police officer Derek Chauvin, including considering whether President Joe Biden should address the nation and dispatching special trained community facilitators from the Justice Department, aides, and officials, told the Associated Press. Biden to deliver remarks after Derek Chauvin's trial verdict. President Joe Biden is expected to deliver remarks after the jury in the Derek Chauvin's trial renders a verdict, according to multiple administration officials. Well, I'm sure they are probably worried about what's going to happen, especially if the jury don't go the way they think it's going to go. In my opinion, it won't. All right, here's the charges. It's second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. That's what he's being charged for. If he gets all three, he'll get about 30 years in prison, okay? I don't think he's going to get second degree. I don't think he's going to get third degree. What he might get is the manslaughter, which would be 4 years. And I think that's more likely what he's going to get if he actually gets convicted. Because the defense did a pretty good job of reasonable doubt, in my opinion. I watched quite a bit of the trial, and that's what I saw. There's a lot in that trial that gave you reasonable doubt. And I think what more likely is going to happen is you're going to have either a hung jury, which it'll be 3-9, 6-6, or 7-4, whatever, or not guilty. In my opinion, not guilty is the least likely, and then it's manslaughter, and then, in my opinion, the most likely, in my opinion, is the hung jury. Now, if they get the hung jury, or if you get any of those three that I've mentioned, you're going to have riots on your hand. There's no doubt about it in my mind. And Maxine Waters, what she said, is going to help matters. The other thing is, if you have a hung jury, they'll go back and retry them again. They're going to have to pick a different venue to do so. But that's just my opinion. All right, now we're at the video where I'm going to give my opinion. My opinion is going to be a hung jury, and the reason is, I think you're going to have 2 or 3, maybe 4 people that don't think he's guilty, or there are reasonable doubt that what he did was part of his training. It was an accident. It was due to drugs, so on and so forth. Defense did a good job picking at that and showing the jury how it could have been this or this, and not the knee on the back or neck or shoulder, wherever the knee was on George Floyd. If you look at the multiple pictures, that knee's all over the place. It's anywhere from the back to the neck to the shoulder. That's another thing that gives it reasonable doubt as well, was the pictures. Of course, the media is not telling you this. The media is just telling you what they believe people want to hear to get clicks. They want there to be a riot, in my opinion. They're not telling the truth. That's why most of these mainstream media isn't actually televising it. You have to go online to find it. Fox News is one of the few places that are doing it. The Hill's another one, so on and so forth. I mean, in my opinion, we need to be ready for what's going to happen, because it's not going to happen in Minnesota. It's going to be all over the country. People are going to go ape shit if it happens the way I think it's going to happen. I'll be quite honest with you guys. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I might be wrong. For all I know, they'll convict him. But in my opinion, it's going to go back to trial again because of what Maxine Waters says that night. He has a perfect reason why to appeal. If she just would have kept her mouth shut and not even, a matter of fact, didn't even go there. And then if he got convicted for all 3 charges, go to prison for 30 years, then you know what? We wouldn't be like wondering, is he going to get an appeal? Because the fact is, he wouldn't be if it wasn't for those remarks, in my opinion. It's a perfect example of how people stick their foot in their mouth by doing stupid shit. Now it's stupid. Going there and making that remark, knowing damn well the jury might be at home listening to it, or heard it, or saw it on their phone, so on and so forth, knowing it could taint that jury. Now, in my opinion, should Maxine Waters be punished for what she did? Absolutely. What she did was ridiculous. Getting involved in that, she's not even from Minnesota. She's from California. She should have stayed her nose out of it until the decision came out. As soon as she did that, she put doubt in this whole trial when it comes to the jury, whether or not they're going to be fair on one side or the other. In my opinion, she did it on purpose, but hey, I could be wrong. Just my opinion. All right, guys, we're at my quote of the day. If you have no critics, you likely have no success. Quote, Malcolm X. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. Helps the channel grow. And don't forget, please share the video. Get me out there. Let people see it. Peace.